Today we're going to be taking a look at a late 1950s economy Power King tractor, and we're going to be attempting to start it. So some of the things that we're going to look at before we make any attempt at starting it. First off, we're going to check the fuel. Now this tractor had been sitting for quite a while, had been sitting for about 2 years. I had originally checked the fuel and it had nothing in it. Gas cap on this tractor is right here on the front of the hood. And I had checked it. The other thing that you want to make sure to do if it does have fuel in it is just give a light sniff of the fuel that's in it, if there is any in it, and that can tell you, basically how long it's been sitting and how bad of a situation you're in with the fuel. Make sure you want to make sure that you don't just huff the gasoline, but you want to just put your face over it and just kind of waft the smell towards your nose a little bit. I don't really need to describe what bad gasoline smells like. If you've ever smelled it before, you already know, and if you know what good gasoline smells like, you'll be able to tell what bad gas smells like. So after we checked our fuel level, which this one was empty, so I had put some new fuel in it, we're going to look down at the oil level next. Now this is an old 10 horsepower Briggs & Stratton Model 23 or Model 24, and this one doesn't use a dipstick or anything like that. It just has a fill plug on the side of it, and we check the level and we see that there is oil right up to the level on top of it. Some engines will have dipsticks like a car engine does. This one just has the oil level. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the other side. Now I have the advantage of knowing how I had shut this tractor off last, and I had shut this tractor off actually by turning off the fuel valve, which is right here underneath the hood, and allowing the engine to run out of fuel. What that does is make sure that the carburetor doesn't fill with or doesn't end up with a whole bunch of extra varnish in it or anything like that. Looks like I may have to remake that fuel bowl gasket. Looks like it's got a little bit of a leak to it. So the next thing I'm going to do is this tractor actually has 2 transmissions. So I make sure both of them are in neutral. Pull out the choke. Turn the key to the on position. Now this tractor does not have electric start, and this one doesn't even have recoil start. So you actually have to wrap the rope around the crankshaft, and you can see on the face of the pulley it's only made to spin over in one direction. So when we hook the rope on it and then we wrap it around the pulley, I use a pretty long rope on this so that it'll get a pretty good number of turns. Before I do that, I'm going to set the throttle level up just a little bit. I give the fuel that I turned on a minute ago just a minute to get down to the carburetor. Now I'm going to grab onto the rope and I'm going to give it a pull. And amazingly enough, I can't believe it, but it actually started on the first attempt. So what I'm going to do now is I actually have plans for this tractor for this weekend. So we're going to bring it down to the shed, or bring it down to the garage, and I'm going to bring it inside, and we're going to do a couple maintenance items on it to make sure that it's ready to go and that it's reliable for the show that I'm taking it to this weekend. So make sure and tune in on the next video, and we'll do some maintenance on this tractor. See you later.